Greetings and welcome to I'm Powered by Love TV. I'm Demi, and thank you for tuning into your Soul Scopes. To all my lovely friends for tuning in, I want to thank you for coming on in, liking, subscribing, and those shares. Just so deeply, humbly grateful. And if you have signed up for your free reading, please don't forget to check your email. And for all of our new friends, I want to welcome you to I Am Powered by Love TV. This is the home of Soul Scopes, where Akashic record readings meet your zodiac sign. And we do these here by Decan because there's a separation of 10 degrees between each week of your zodiac. And it's going to be for Aquarius Decan 1, January 21st through the 29th. And this reading is for October the 1st through the 15th. And, at I Am Powered by Love, we are a conscious-driven based company of spiritual life coaches, Reiki masters, Akashic record readers. My specialty is certified aromatherapy, and everybody has a modalities and gifts, and you'll see all that about us at I'm Powered by Love. But I'm prefacing this particular statement because of this particular reading today for you Aquarius is in Decan 1, January 21st, again through the 29th. This is in regards to better aligning yourself. You've been finding yourself in a bunch of frustrations dating back to August 15th. So if you're just tuning into the Soul Scopes, my beautiful friends, you want to go back to our playlist for August and check out your Soul Scopes readings, because this is a carry through. This has been a theme for a minute. The overworked, over busy schedules that you've had has, and plus some deeper fears, right? Some of you have just recently, and if I'm not mistaken, they're saying this is going to be verbatim in those other videos. Some of you are just meeting someone or have just met someone towards the end of the month with the new moon in August, and met someone right at this full moon at the beginning of September. Either way, you're just beginning a relationship. And so this particular part of the conversation is directed specifically at those who have been excelling through their career, finding themselves in an upward tempo. Now, the ease of your mind is overwrought. You've got constant errands. You're going here, you're going there, you're busy. Social events have picked up. Work has picked up. Life has started moving back into a space of constant busyness. And you're moving faster now. So the things that are happening in the relationship is that it's new and you don't have a lot of time for it. And so there is stressors there because you're not clearly communicating, and your frustration and hurriedness, also with the impact of Mercury that's just ripping you to shreds when it comes to being able to communicate your truest, deepest, vulnerable needs. You're speaking from rushed, hurried, tired dispositions, and then which leads you to older frustrations like, why do you need this from me right now? Like, can we talk about this later? And to them, this is most important, and it is for you. And you had some glimmering moments where you were able to peek through and share that affection and those tendernesses. But because your schedule is also picking up, you've got Mars versus Saturn right now. You've got Mercury, which is also going retrograde this month. You got a new full moon coming in on October the 1st, which all of these are hammering at your ability to communicate effectively from the heart. You're overworked and you're overstressed. So this is causing a lot of this. And these pressures, you're in the pressure cooker. And what's happening is you're disintegrating back into this old version of yourself. And you're starting to see it. So this is where the reading is. So that was all. Just catching you up. If you haven't been following Soul Scopes, this is for all the new people catching up. And if you haven't really watched all the way through, any of your previous Soul Scopes, that's also catching you up. So this is where you are today. Where you're walking into right now is listening more clearly and defining with affirmations that come from the real version of what you want. So they're saying that you need to also stop and listen. And so your soul has a couple of messages. We're going to be reading from a couple of different cards. You know what? I want to say that these are, I don't use these often, especially in, I know I'm not a tarot reader, so I'm an Akashic Record channel. And I bought these cards because I love sacred geometry. So I'm going to say this is the activated sacred geometry deck. Don't quote me on that. We'll put it in the oh, somebody fell out there. We're going to put it in the title for you because I'm not really certain off the top what the accurate name of the deck is. And we have a saying here, whatever cards pop out, come to show out. And so this is Sacred Geometry deck. This is the card that popped out. This is one of my buds. Love me some Sacred Geometry. And we're going to pull one more here. So listening to that sacred space is exactly what they were talking about. The discernment. Let's see, let's get a good view here. And what I love about sacred geometry is just in the staring at it, and if you've seen fractals or watched any cool meditations here on YouTube, you've probably seen a lot of images. Sacred geometry is one that'll quickly bring you into an alignment. The vibrations of those are high. That discernment is that stopping and listening that they just spoke of. So your soul is already saying this is what you need to be able to take a step back and then bring love, compassion, gentleness, unconditional love, forgiveness for the parts of you that are snapping in frustration. And this is ranging across the span of your family, your loved ones, this new relationship that you really, found yourself blossoming in, but because of your schedule, there's been a lot of communication where you're reverting back to this old version of lost, left, and abandonment. So they also want you to apply loving communications and listening. You have to listen with compassion too. Wow. The second card that I pulled is actually compassion. So they want you to communicate from compassion. And this is a direct communication from your soul. Also, I don't know what this deck is. I want to say this is a soul deck. I have a couple of different versions of soul decks. Let's see. This is soul light, soul activation, and light. Because your fears are amplified right now due to the exhaustion. And so you're playing back into old patterns and habits, mindsets, beliefs, old wounds and memories, emotions, due to your inability to reflect where you've grown. And your soul is saying, girl, if you don't chill, you done brought yourself to a different place. We know you've been listening and seeing the clarity of inspiration. You've been answering and accelerating the growth of your life. It's time to heal these parts of the wounds to move forward. So soul wants to say, what's up? Sending you a confirmation of just balance, yin and yang. Nothing has gone wrong. You can go from one end of resonance to another as long as you can bring it back in compassion. So this is Nothing Has Gone Wrong. I love the yin and yang, the balance. You see the I Ching in the background, and a lot of you may not know what these things are, but I love this card for you because this fear that you have, they're saying this is unwarranted. And so your reaction and the emotional snappiness is because of you've slipped back into this old place. So that's that heavier side of male force, and it needs you to swing back around to the yin and not the yang, to bring balance to the situation. And that's why they're wanting you to listen. You're looking at your fears, listening to the old parts. They need you to come on back and bring that balance back, that harmony back, that peace back. And last but not least, we're going to pull your soul. I don't know if I showed you this one. That's the deck there. Just gorgeous decks here all around. I don't often pull these out, and actually everybody here was like, what? You got to pull no cards? Yeah. We're going into the movement of light, so we can have a full spectrum of abundance in every area. You are super spread thin, and they want you to use loving and gentle communications with yourself and others, because you've got some, also they're saying, you've got some unexpected events that are about to occur. So some of these things are already popping up. And if you don't stop and start listening to your soul, so October 14th, 15th, and 16th. This is a work-related, and this is relationship. You've got a lot on your plate, so you've spread yourself so thin you don't see this coming, which is why this is a interventional stand in your light and in your soul power and continue the path of the listening that you've been on. These are also seed of life. So I love these decks. Sacred geometry is everything. They both have a sacred geometry in there, so I just wanted to show you those. This is your sacred power, your soul card, the animal kingdom, going back to discernment. The first card we pulled. Use those deep instincts to step back, take a beat right now, come with the fierceness of love, and look over all the details as a hawk. It's okay for you to stand alone as you traverse through the transformational changes that you're making. And I love that the wolf right there, if you see that glint of a rainbow, love that. You are being kept and guided into the forces and being as gentle as the deer and soaring above it all as the eagle. And so I'm Damien. I want to thank you for tuning in. I am Powered by Love TV. I want you to like, subscribe, and share. Come check us out at our website. I'm poweredbylove.com. Because sometimes when we're making those transformational changes, we don't know how to let go of a story that we've believed, and we've developed these patterns and habits of self-sabotage. So I want you to tune in, check out our workshops, check out our self-love club coaching, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Stay with us as we grow your soul into the point where you too are powered by love. And I'm Demi. Namaste.